That was the second chapter of Acts with Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. Well, listen to what Paul had to say here in Ephesians chapter 6, verse number 2. He said simply this: honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise. So here is Paul reminding the Ephesians. Now remember, the church in Ephesus was in a city that is very similar to the city that we live in and many communities in which we live in. And that is, of course, most people are not aware of what the Lord wants in a family unit and also in society in general. We've abdicated that, and that's probably a lot of the reason why Canada is in the problems that it is. Now, of course, Paul says, listen, I know that I'm giving you an Old Testament Jewish idea, but we are to honor our father and mother because in the commandments, we're told to do that. And also as well, it's the first commandment with promise. That means that if you honor your mother and father, one of the benefits and blessings that are going to come is that you're going to have long life. And one comedian put it this way: if you don't honor your father and mother when you are, of course, younger, they could probably take you out. But the reality of the situation is there is a blessing that comes from God when we honor our father and mother. Now, when you're older, for example, that doesn't mean that you have to obey them, but it does mean that you have to honor them. You have to be respectful of the responsibility that they gave for you. Because I can tell you one thing, as a parent, your responsibility to your children never really ends. Even though when they're grown up and they have their own kids, etc., you have a responsibility. And it is a privilege to be able to be a parent. And it's also a privilege to be a son and daughter. So let's do something. Let's honor each other, and let's also as well love each other. These are wonderful things that we can do to help bring unity and harmony in a home. A little thought for you today. Now we have for you right now the Praise Band with Awesome God.